is the man with the hat and a video camera, making videos for you cause he's a YouTube creator. Always filming and editing scenes, ready to watch on all your screens. New videos every week, so please subscribe.
Good morning all. December the 14th, 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's already 11.5 degrees. It's great. I thought I would have cut back on my detecting long before now because I can't stand the cold. Because when I'm out digging, I tend to find lots of that. Like everybody else. Lead. Also, of course, we find lots of coins. For example, we've got this half a crown. It came up looking just like that, but when finished it'll look really nice. Well, that's the plan. Now I was going to do something today on video which a lot of people said, are you sure you want to do that, especially Eric in Australia. I was going to turn that 0.999% fine silver Kookaburra Australian dollar into a ring. It would be a very big ring, so it'd only be really a showpiece rather than being practical to wear, be too clumsy, too heavy, although some people of course have big enough hands to accommodate it. But he says please don't destroy that coin, it's a lovely one, and it's actually, I've checked it, so it was a gift sent to me from Laura in the States, and it's worth about £55, so I'd have to sell it for something like £200, and even then only if somebody could get it on their finger. I also thought about doing that one, the Canadian Buffalo, $8, and that's 1.5 ounces of 0.999 fine grade silver. I've decided I better abandon that idea, at least until I get a bit more experience. If I ruin the half a crown, it doesn't really matter so much, does it? But anyway, let's get going. The first thing you need to do is to soften this. It's called annealing, and you'll do so until it's glowing cherry red, then just let it cool down naturally. If it was silver, it would be not quite cherry red and you would probably quench it. So let's get on and do that first. First of all, just let that cool down, and it's now got to a stage where it's still hot, too hot to handle, but it can be quenched now. So we'll just quench that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is use this die which punches the centre out of a coin to any of these sizes. Here is the dies, and I think I'm probably going to go for ½ an inch on this one, which is that one, and that just punches through with a 6-ton press and pushes the middle out of the coin. We're now going to put this in there, and we need to find the exact centre. Now we're lucky on this because the half crown has got that shield and the cross in the middle is the exact centre. Now as you put the coin into there to get dead centre, which is very important you do, you can see the slightest movement and you know it comes off dead centre. It's a good idea to put it on a piece of card and then slip it in, because it's a really tight fit. Now not only does it stop it slipping, but you can make some fine adjustments by getting the dead centre right with the cross in the middle. So I'm just going to spend some time doing that and I'll come back to you. Right, I think I've got that as close as I can to dead centre. So we're just going to put the post in there and I need to press this through. Just carry on pushing the post through. Now we want, of course, this date and legend to be on the outside of the ring, on the band, and that'll be on the inside. So here's the next stage. The next two pieces we need are either of these. It's a big coin and I don't really want to risk trying to press that through and it's slipping. I also want to protect it from, but we'll use this in a moment or two, but I want to protect the coin as well from becoming damaged. So what I'm going to do is just put a bit of Vaseline in that one. The more friction you have, the less abrasion you're going to get. Now which side are we going to use? Oh, that's going to be on the outside. See, that's with the date 1949. That's going to be on the outside on the band. So put that in there. Put some Vaseline in the middle. A lot of people don't bother with this, but I think it is worth taking the extra care just to make sure you get it started right. And then I have a 20mm ball bearing. Get the coin nice and level, center that up and go again. This will just get the start of the coin. Don't put any pressure on. Once you feel it getting to the bottom, that's it, stop. Right, if we now take it out of the die, you can see that's now got a really good start on that flanging. So there's not a great deal required. We'll just put that in that mould there. Perfect. Make sure that's dead level. And then just give that just a teasing down. And that's a perfect flange. Good. Next stage. Just going to anneal that again. That done. Right, I'm back. There's the ring re-annealed, and it's still too hot to handle, so just quench that off and that's ready to be worked again. Good. And you can see all the detail still nice and crisp and clear on there. So this is the ring sizer. It goes on there, and with every press of the lever this piece expands and will expand that piece there to resize it, and eventually we'll have a ring which is that size there, and we'll come back to that in just a minute when I've done that. Right, next thing I want to do is just to give it a quick sanding, get rid of the bird edges if there are any, and I'm going to do that with a Dremel. Right, so That's what it looks like. A slight flange on here, which I've just taken off slightly. One slip whilst doing that process can just ruin that legend. So that's what we've got so far. So now we're going to size it. It's far too big for any of my fingers, all apart from that one. So we're now going to size it, probably down 3 sizes, and give it a nice fat tire look. And give that a really nice look. And this is how we do it. Now this is the ring reducing plate. It's a shame they're not different sizes on both sides, on each side, because that won't actually fit snugly in any one of these. So we're not going to be using that until we've done the first stage, which is this block again, like that. And the whole idea is just to turn the edges inwards by pressing that down. So we're going to just set that up now and come back and do that. Right, that's just started turning that in nicely. As you can see, it's nice and square now. And now you should see that that will fit in to there. Just have to make sure that it's dead square. There you go. And just gently ease that in. Not very much. Turn it around and do it with the other side. And just keep doing that over and over until you've got a nice shape and the correct ring size. If you need to, you can slip down into this one as it gets smaller. So I'll carry on doing that now, or you could put the kettle on. Well, there's the finished result, and you can see it won't go onto my finger anymore, nor that one. Probably squeeze it on that one. Should be able to in a minute when I'm finished, but it'll easily go on that one. So I've knocked that down quite a few sizes. Let's just see what size that is. US and UK sizes. That's coming down to a V. Change it around the other way. And that's a U, so that's a U that side. So the smallest is a U. Actually it's a, no it's not, it's a T1/2, that one. But I actually just now need to just file that down by hand this time to make sure all the edges are nice and smooth. So I'll do that and come back to you. Right, you see all this rubbish that's on the coin? It came out of the ground pretty bad, but since I've heated that and quenched it, it's got a lot more on there. And as you know, when you are a metal detectorist like me and you dig up a lot of coins, how to clean the coins is one of the most common questions that's asked after where can I get a decent detector for next to no money. And I've given suggestions before on how to clean coins, and don't forget, the common suggestion is always don't clean your coins. Why would you want to? It devalues your coins. But this is slightly different. It's devalued now anyway because I've cut a hole in it. And it was pretty worthless to start with. But you can do this with quite nice coins, collectible coins. Not cut it, I mean clean it by using this method. Now, I need rubber gloves for this. You need safety glasses as well. And a jar of just under boiling water. Never use that spoon again, whatever you do. And this is the product. It's called Vitex Safety Pickling Salts for removing oxides from gold, silver and copper alloys. And it will work well on this too. So what we do, this is 50 grams, it's 500 gram tub, 50 grams per litre. I've only got a small amount because it has a very limited shelf life once you've made it up. So it's about 5 grams. And 5 grams is about a teaspoonful. Just put that in there, give it a shake up, let that dissolve. Something else you must always remember is when using an implement in this, only to use copper tongs, never anything else, including wood. And now that goes in there for between a minute and half an hour, so I'll come back to that in a moment and see how it's getting on. That's 5 minutes. Right, well that's 10 minutes. Let's just have a look. And don't forget, copper tongs, take that out. It's coming on nicely. Now on to neutralise it in ordinary water and baking soda. That's all that is, just ordinary cold water and baking soda. It neutralises the pickle acid. Right. Next step will make coin purists weep. Let me show you why in just a moment. We need to buff this up now. And how do we do that? Here we go. Fine wire wool. Yes, I know, but that's what works. What I really like about making coin rings from rings that I find, or that other people may in the future find and give to me, is that despite the flaws of a coin that's been in the ground for a long time, whether it's got marks on it, it's been hit with a machine, whatever, it's a coin which is showing its age, its character, and all flaws in a coin dug up has that little bit of added distinction, don't you think? This could have laid in the ground for the rest of eternity until I dug it up and turned it into a ring. So flaws, doesn't matter, set those aside. This is something different. Coin artists around the world, yes, that's what they're called, coin artists, have a different approach. They use perfect coins. They don't dig them up, rescue them and give them another chance of having a second life. Now that to me is a beautiful ring from a half crown. What do you think about that? Now finally, we just get rid of these bits of wool. Take my gloves off now, dispose of them, can't use them again because I've had the chemicals on them. There's this cleaning cloth. It's a jeweller's cloth. They are quite expensive. And it just gives them a final shine. And I'm also going to put a wax polish on this just to enhance the details. I'll also put a little bit of clear nail varnish on the inside. But somebody now is going to love that ring. I'm going to put it on my Facebook for sale, 1949. I made 2 rings as test rings. They weren't, well, this one's better than those. You can only make rings which are as good as the coin. So if you get a really bad coin, you'll get a really bad ring. But as long as you follow all the procedures carefully, get the centre of the coin pushed out as cleanly and as accurately as you can, you're going to end up with a very beautiful ring. And I was going to put a patina on that using some patina fluid, again a chemical, but to tell you the truth, I don't think that needs it. That has turned out to be a very nice ring. There we go, that's the best I can do with that particular coin, because they are all different.
is the man with the hat and a video camera, making videos for you cause he's a YouTube creator. Always filming and editing scenes, ready to watch on all your screens. New videos every week, so please subscribe.